Ελένη, σε σένα ο λόγος.
Ευχαριστώ
Να
πολύ.
σε ακούσουμε.
Χάρηκα πάρα πολύ που μπορώ να δουλέψω σήμερα με εσάς και να σας γνωρίσω. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που με καλέσατε, οι ελληνικοί μας φίλοι. Έτσι πως είπε ο Σύρος, είμαι Ελληνίδα, αλλά δεν τα μιλάω τα ελληνικά πολύ καλά, γι' αυτό σήμερα θα δουλέψω με την αγγλική γλώσσα. Είναι εντάξει? Ναι, ευχαριστώ πολύ. Okay, I'm very, very happy to be here. It's really an honor to work for Greek and with Greek people, because στη καρδιά μου είμαι Ελληνίδα. I would like to share with you a little bit information about the early warning Poland, just to show you what we are doing differently. And of course, to work together with you and to exchange some experience. So, because I strongly believe that I can learn also from your Greek experience too. Before I will take you to the word of early warning in Poland, I would like to say something about the organization which I represent. It's the Family Business Foundation, not-for-profit organization in Poland. Very small, but very strong organization and very, very energetic one. First of all, I would like to say what is the purpose of our organization. We are creating something like an early warning, because from the very, very beginning and from many years, we organize the space, the social space, for the company owners to exchange the knowledge, experience, and the wisdom among them for free. All this knowledge which normally they can't read in the books and they can't buy. The real know-how. Especially, we found it interesting for the family business companies. And why it was so important? I think that you have to know a little bit of our history. I'm sure you know it, but I will make it closer just to realize why it was so important to organize such activity in the past. Let's go past in the Second War, you know. This is the Warsaw picture. After this war, nothing remained in Warsaw. And it was the end not only of old life, but it was also the end of the entrepreneurship in Poland. We had 50 years of break without almost no activity in the business, in the private business. Only small craftsmen in the silence somewhere in the garage, they were doing their business, but it was really, really very, very little activity. So when the situation changed, as you know, it was in '89, when, thanks to the free election, democratic election, it was the release of the business activity. We could do whatever we wanted in the business, and you know, it was something like the freedom of the entrepreneurship. The only one problem was that nobody knows how to do the business. Everybody wanted and even had some ideas, but absolutely no experience, not knowledge from mother, father, you know, how to do it properly. It was just the willingness to do the things. And people started to build the business on their passions they had, you know, the things they could do, because everything was possible and they can sell everything because it was nothing. So it was the start with nothing to everything. And what we did this time, we had, you know, to face different things, because you have to remember that all the entrepreneurship had very, very bad publicity. So the business owners, how many business owners are here? Who has the business? Great, great. So such people like you in the past, you know, 25 years ago, were perceived as the cheaters, sometimes thieves, not official people, you know, people who want to take advantage from the others' lives. it was the bad publicity which was a heritage of the, let's say, communistic time. And we have to change this publicity because still, in many generations, it remains subconsciously in people's mind. That company owner, he will do the business, but it will be not a good business. So this is what we have to face after the things happened. And then, you know, we started to do our business like the children with with open card, you know, just using our energy and our activity. And we really, I think, in that time, we built a splendid picture of Poland today, because now we perceive ourselves as a country which changed a lot. We did a great job. After 28 years, we are a completely different country, although we still have some problems, as you know. But in the same time, our economy is not mature one. We have a lot to do with our economy and our skills. And what is the picture of the business today in Poland? I think it's very similar to Greek. So from one side, we have these big companies, international companies, with a lot of skills, knowledge, and you know, they are very strong in competition. And from other side, we have a lot small businesses, like craftsmen, who are the family businesses, and of course there is a space for both kind of activities in business. The only thing is that when all these small people were acting themselves as individuals, they don't have the power. They don't have a voice, you know, to be listened. That's why we realize that we have to give them something which will unite them together. And this was the mission of our family business. So first of all, we find out that it is a perfect moment after 25 years of our activity that company owners can be proud of themselves, that they did a great job. And you know what we did? We discover that there is something which really unites these people, and these are the values. And we found out 3 main values which unite the family business owners. First of all, it is tradition, because they take from the past, from 25 years of the history and activity. Tradition as a source of resources for the future, like roots. Then honesty. Honesty not only to the customers, but also to employers, and also to the business partners. And the third, it is responsibility for the future. We look to the company owners that they have a long-lasting perspective, not 3 years, 4 years, because they want to give their child, I mean the company, to the future generations, to their children, grandchildren. So their perspectives and responsibility is long-lasting. So these 3 values connect the family business owners. And this is our fundament. Then we started as an organization to organize something like the scientific, let's say, interviews, which measure the perception, today perception, of the family business owners. We did these reports, 5 till now, so each year 1, and we asked the question to thousands of Polish people, representatives of Polish population. And we asked them, how do they see today the business owners? And we were really, really surprised, and it is really something we are very proud of, because first of all, we found that today the customers are ready to pay more for the products and services which came from the family business companies, more than to others. The majority of them are even ready to pay 10% more. And it is impressive because you see the results for 5 years. It is, you know, the top was 43% of the population from 1,000 people. Hello, it's really fantastic result. We have to do it, to use this advantage. And you know, the only one problem is that they need to know who is a family business company. How they can recognize between a lot of companies in the market, which one is the family company. So, it is not the end of our discoveries. The other discoveries and questions which we find thanks to these reports, we found out that today the company owners deserve a trust from the Polish people, Polish society, so they believe them. And look at the results. They believe them more than to the bankiers, it's obvious, of course, than to the state officials, so the white collars. And they really, you know that Poland is a Catholic country, they believe them more than to the priests. So it is a big change of the perception of the family business owners. It's something new for us. We exchange the stereotype about the business owners. And we are really very proud of them. So having such results, we created something like the family business umbrella brand. This is the tree, family business tree. We offer this tree for free to every family company which is ready to communicate the information that it is a family business. It means the business with name, the business with the face, something you know, which is giving the credibility. This umbrella brand, the tree, the people put everywhere, in their invoices, in their products, in their advertisements, websites, everywhere. You can see the company's brand, and immediately in the pair together with the family tree. I bring such trees for you too. If you want, you can join us. So this is our brand. Today we have in our family of the company businesses almost 800 companies. 800 companies. So we have a voice. We can be a partner in the negotiation with the government. They started to listen to us. If they change the law, they ask us questions. They start to see us. And we have now more power than before because we are united. In our family, you can find small businesses like this. But the biggest businesses are the huge, they are giants, you know. The revenue is about 40 billion euro. So they are the leaders in Europe. And they still are the family company, Polish family company. So it's really from the smallest to the biggest. They are feeling and communicate the company business, family company business. What is the definition of the company business? It's quite free. It's enough, you know, to have it's any legal form of the company, because we have different. There are several conditions. It should be in family ownership, more than 50%, or it has the voting rights, when they have the majority of voting rights in the family, or more than one person is actively managing or working in the company. So you see, it's quite flexible. Quite flexible. But the one thing is that we are not fighting for the owner's business. We see the family company as something more than the family business. We see them as the people who has the influence to all the families who are working in this company. and the environment. So it's something more. And what we are doing, you said, first of all, we have the early warning, and we were invited to early warning. But we were invited as a small organization to early warning because we are doing the mentoring for the long, long time. And we are preparing our members to the future. You know, we are teaching them for free a lot of skills and values, but also skills which will be important in the future. Especially like big data, working with the big data, working with new media to, you know, use the situation which is now because it's a new language. And of course, we are working with them. We organize something like a session of the future skills. We also make a big test of the company owners, what kind of future skills they are using today. And we discover that the biggest family companies have a really good experience with using the big data. So they make the profiles of customers and many other things. They are quite good in new media, but there is one skill, which is the future skill, but it is not the new one. It came from the Greece. It's a very ancient skill. It is the social intelligence. And the social intelligence, it is the power of the small companies. This is an advantage which never will be possessed by the big companies. Never. Social intelligence, it's an empathy, it's the understanding of our customers' needs and communication with our customers. This is the power of small companies, especially the family companies. And we teach how to do and to use this emotional intelligence in making business, even through the internet, through the websites, by storytellings, by many things which make us a human. So this is our mission as an organization, and that's why we were asked to come and to join the early warning. And how we do it, I will show you a really small movie. Unfortunately, it's not in original language, but okay. I hope that it will work, because I have the feeling that it is. I lost the button. Can help me somewhere?
Escape?
No, it's on this slide.
Ah.
Yeah. We need to do that. No, before.
Oh, I can't see it.
How to come back to the previous one?
There.
And it's here. Wow.
The chairman was sick. Adam Zaradner is 43 years old and has been working in business for over a decade. He runs a kettle production company. Until recently, he had 27 employees, but in recent weeks, 4 of his trusted and experienced employees handed in their resignations. Until recently, the company was doing very well, but in recent months, the clients started to fall behind with payments, and the number of orders has been declining. The head accountant in Adam's company is his wife, Monica. Adam, if we don't do something, we won't be able to pay the people, not to mention the fact that we need money to live as well. Over 5,000 companies and 260,000 one-person businesses were closed down in 2017 alone. Most of them could likely have been saved. Marta from Trading said that we should look for help to Early Warning Europe. Don't get upset. When you're sick, you go to a doctor, right? And the company is sick. I have a problem and don't know what to do. What kind of a problem? Unless something good happens soon, I won't be able to pay my staff. Early symptoms of the disease, business crisis include reduced sales, no financial liquidity, arrears in tax and insurance payments. Adam, you will be referred to the general practitioner. He and I are the only ones who will know of your call. What exactly is your problem, Adam? The general practitioner, an Early Warning Europe consultant, provides first aid, makes the diagnosis, and presents the preliminary recommendations. In justified situations, the payment is referred to a specialist mentor. The mentor is usually another entrepreneur. The mentor always has considerable experience in running a business. The mentor coordinates the recovery, healing and rehabilitation of the business and the entrepreneur. Adam, we have 4 months of work to do. Let's get to your priority. Let's get to work. Over 100 entrepreneurs have already taken advantage of the assistance provided by the Early Warning Europe project. They all trusted the mentors, over 70 specialists from all around Poland. Our mentors and consultants are waiting for you. Even if you are not having any problems, but feeling like some are about to appear, don't wait. Join the project today. Prevention is better than treatment.
So it was a little bit humoristic approach to make it lighter, you know, not to be afraid of early warning. We show this movie, we are acting in different way just to encourage entrepreneurs to come to us. You know, not to wait too long, as our colleague said before, not to be alone. And my organization is mainly working with people like you, mentors. And with the mentoring methods which came from, not from Poland, but from Greece. We are using the old approach which came from the Stoicism philosophy. Yeah, good questions, good questions. So, these are part of the team of our mentors. They are not old, not very young, they are different. We have the team which consists of, first of all, entrepreneurs. Many of them passed the same story as you presented. They were in crisis. Sometimes it was the end of activity. Now they are in a second life, second chance policy. Some of the people, generally in Poland, entrepreneurs said that it is not that, you know, running the business, it's the story from one crisis to another one. It's not from success to success. So they see that success is that they are still alive and they have their company, because it's not easy to do the business in the country when the law is changed so oftenly, and we have a lot of different problems, but still we are earning money for ourselves. So it is like, you know, coming from crisis to crisis without losing the enthusiasm. I think it was said by Churchill. Yeah. So this is our mentoring group. How we create the mentoring support? First, half of them are experienced young and mature entrepreneurs. The other half is the team of experts. All are working for free. The team of experts are the psychologists, are the coaches, financial experts, lawyers, mediators. Depends of the problem, and we have different problems. So what is very important, all of them created the net, supporting net, because it is not only the question of leaving the entrepreneurs alone in the crisis, but also the people who are helping, they are taking the motivation because of being together in this net. So we have a lot of such like you networking meetings when we discuss all the cases. When somebody says, I don't know what to do, the others can say, we are ready to help you. Just pass me this case and I will help you. Or just finish this part of the work and I will continue with my expertise. So it is the common network work. It is something we don't see as a project. Because for us, the mentors are the most valuable and precious, you know, result of our activity. And we believe that they will remain also after the project. That it is a kind, because we see how much more motivated are they, because they say, you know, I came to this project because I was thinking that I will be teaching the others or, giving my service. But they found out that they are taking also a lot of these new things. They are learning too. So this is a fair exchange. With every new case, they learn new things. And we really feed this precious machine, to have it as long as possible. We really have a lot of respect, and we really motivate them as much as it is possible. So they have a lot of networking meetings, trainings, because the most important challenge for us is to teach them how to change the role. When they will meet with the entrepreneur in crisis, they will be not anymore the consultant, not anymore the boss of his company, but they will be a partner, a friend, who will support the company owner in crisis to change something, but will not say, do this and this, because this is not his company. So it is something different, to understand that we are in different role. It's a big challenge for us to catch this idea. What does it mean, the real mentoring? We, push the things, we make the new scenarios, but we don't take the decisions for the others, because this is not our life, not our responsibility, not our debts, etc., etc. So we have to change this attitude. This is our work. Okay, and finally, why we are doing all of this? We looked at statistics, and we discovered that in Polish Entrepreneurship Society, which is consisting of 2 million entrepreneurs, only 1% of them gives the work to other people. It means that they have the workers, and these workers have the families. So only 1% of our business people give the work to the others. And so these are people who are very, very brave. Because if they can't sleep not only because of their personal problems, but on these, arms, there are a lot of families. And they take the risk. And I think that these people, that these people are our target, especially our target, and they deserve the most support. This 1% of our, I don't know how it is in Greece, but in Poland it is only 1%. And finally, not to make you boring, this is our team, very small. Very small, but we think that even 3 girls can change the world. Kasia on the right, she is, the person who came from the family business. They are working with metal, so it is a big plant. The girl, she's a specialist in the middle. She's a specialist of new media, so everything we make a lot of noise in new media. And me, I came from a Greek family who has in nature to make the business, so they run a lot of businesses in Greece. And now I have a secret for you. Yesterday, in the evening, I came back. I came to Athens airport, get out, and what I saw. Do you see that? I don't know, maybe he's my cousin, or maybe he's, my uncle. I need to find him, because I think that I have also the family business here in Greece. I saw, this is the first thing I saw, and I saw today a lot of buses with Zoka's name, so I need to find him, help me. So family businesses are everywhere, even here. I run one of these. Okay, thank you. That's introduction to our workshop. I hope it will be fun and nice. I will do my best to work interactive. So I prepared some things which will involve you, not to make it boring. I'm not used to work with presentations. Even my presentation was like a child presentation because of our new media girls when they said only pictures, no titles, only pictures. So I am doing my best to be together and modern. So, this is the first part. Before we will continue our workshop, I think that we have in plan one interview about the things, details, how do we do the early warning in Poland. So I hope that you have some questions to me and I am ready to answer them. Thank you. Thank you.
Ευχαριστούμε την Ελένη. Για το πρώτο κομμάτι είχε σαν σκοπό να παρουσιάσει το early warning στην Πολωνία. Πριν κάνετε τις ερωτήσεις, επειδή ήρθε ο κύριος Αναστασόπουλος να πει δύο πράγματα, ο Δημήτρης που είναι ο δικηγόρος που είναι στο team στην ομάδα για να τον γνωρίσετε. Παρακαλώ κύριε Αναστασόπουλο.
Ωραία, ευχαριστώ. Ναι. Λοιπόν, ακούγομαι. Ναι, καλησπέρα. Ονομάζομαι Δημήτρης Αναστασόπουλος. Ασχολούμαι με θέματα τραπεζικού δικαίου και ρυθμίσεις οφειλών επιχειρήσεων, επαγγελματιών, φυσικών προσώπων, είτε είναι ναι. Είτε έχει να κάνει με οφειλές προς το δημόσιο, προς τους ιδιώτες ή τις τράπεζες. Το μεγαλύτερο πρόβλημα που αντιμετωπίζουν σήμερα οι επιχειρηματίες, οι επιχειρήσεις και γενικότερα οι άνθρωποι οι οποίοι δραστηριοποιούνται στην Ελλάδα είναι ότι δεν έχουν πρόσβαση στην πληροφορία. Δηλαδή, ζούμε σε ένα κράτος όπου υπάρχουν πάρα πολλοί νόμοι, υπάρχει ένα μοσαϊκό διαφορετικών νόμων οι οποίοι πολλές φορές είναι μεταξύ τους αντίθετοι, με αποτέλεσμα οι νόμοι αυτοί να φτάνουν εσφαλμένα στον πολίτη, χωρίς να γνωρίζει ακριβώς τι πρέπει να κάνει, πώς πρέπει να τους αξιοποιήσει, μέχρι που τον παίρνει να ξεκινήσει ή να τελειώσει μια διαπραγμάτευση και στο τέλος της ημέρας δεν κατανοεί βασικές έννοιες του δικαίου και δεν γνωρίζει, εν πάση περιπτώσει, πώς πρέπει να διευθετήσει με τον καλύτερο δυνατό τρόπο τις υποχρεώσεις του. Αυτό λοιπόν έχει ως αποτέλεσμα πολλές φορές πολλοί συνάνθρωποι μας να πέφτουν θύματα παραπλάνησης, επειδή θεωρώ πως το μεγαλύτερο πρόβλημα στην εποχή μας είναι η ελλειπής πρόσβαση στην πληροφορία. Από εκεί και πέρα, το πρόγραμμα αυτό είναι εξαιρετικό, γιατί αυτό το οποίο προσφέρει στα μέλη του Επιμελητηρίου είναι ξεκάθαρα αυτό. Δηλαδή, χωρίς να υπάρχει κανένας άλλος σκοπός, κανένα όφελος για αυτούς οι οποίοι εμπλέκονται άμεσα στο κομμάτι της εξυγίανσης εντός εισαγωγικών των επιχειρήσεων, προσφέροντας τις παροχές αυτές που προαναφέρθηκαν, θα λάβει υπεύθυνα ο επιχειρηματίας τη σωστή πληροφόρηση, την κατεύθυνση και στο τέλος της ημέρας ο ίδιος θα έχει το κομμάτι των επιλογών, ούτως ώστε να επιλέξει την καλύτερη δυνατή λύση για αυτόν. Από εκεί και πέρα, αυτό το οποίο επίσης οφείλω να πω, είναι ότι εμείς οι δικηγόροι καθημερινά αναλαμβάνουμε πάρα πολύ κόσμο, ο οποίος έρχεται ακριβώς και μόνο για να μάθει τι μπορεί να κάνει. Σήμερα, σίγουρα, οι επιχειρήσεις στην Ελλάδα έχουν μία επιπλέον έναν κίνδυνο, ο οποίος δεν είναι ο συνηθισμένος. Δεν ζούμε σε μία εποχή κανονικότητας. Δεν είμαστε μία ευρωπαϊκή χώρα όπως η Πολωνία, όπως η Γερμανία. Εκτός από το κομμάτι της επιχειρηματικότητας, της πρόκλησης της νέας εποχής και της ενσωμάτωσης ενδεχομένως των νέων ηθών τα οποία έχουν επικρατήσει στο εμπόριο, πρέπει ο Έλληνας επιχειρηματίας να αντιμετωπίσει την οικονομική κρίση και να ξεπεράσει όλο αυτό το κυνήγι μαγισσών που γίνεται στη χώρα μας, είτε αυτό αφορά το δημόσιο, τις τράπεζες και σίγουρα τη μεγάλη δυσκολία που έχει η ελληνική οικονομία να προσαρμοστεί στα νέα οικονομικά δεδομένα και οι τράπεζες βεβαίως να αποδεχτούν ότι από τη στιγμή που έχει χαθεί όλο αυτό το εισόδημα θα πρέπει να προσαρμόσουν τις υποχρεώσεις των δανειοληπτών, των πολιτών, προκειμένου να πορευτούμε όλοι μαζί χέρι με χέρι στη νέα εποχή. Αυτό λοιπόν το οποίο μπορώ να προσφέρω εγώ από τη θέση μου είναι ξεκάθαρα η σωστή πληροφόρηση, μία προσέγγιση η οποία έχει ως στόχο και μόνο την εύκολη, γρήγορη και ορθή αντιμετώπιση του προβλήματος με έναν τρόπο ο οποίος θα είναι οικονομικός, υπό την έννοια ότι δεν υπάρχει πρόθεση να μπλέκουμε τους ανθρώπους σε δικαστήρια, γιατί πολύ απλά αυτό το οποίο θέλει σήμερα ο επιχειρηματίας είναι ρεαλιστικές λύσεις, οι οποίες μπορούν να δοθούν μόνο και μόνο εφόσον αντιμετωπιστεί συνολικά το πρόβλημα της υπερχρέωσής του με τέτοιον τρόπο, ώστε να δημιουργείται μία γέφυρα επικοινωνίας προς τους πιστωτές τους, η οποία χτίζεται βεβαίως σε σχέση εμπιστοσύνης και σταθερότητας. Άρα λοιπόν, για να μην πω σε λεπτομέρειες και κουράσω με νομικά θέματα, τα οποία δεν απασχολούν, θεωρώ, στο στάδιο αυτό την συνάντησή μας, τα εργαλεία υπάρχουν, βρίσκονται εδώ, είναι διαφορετικά, είναι πολλά. Σε κάθε περίπτωση υπάρχει άλλος τρόπος, άλλη θεραπεία. Αυτό το οποίο εμείς οφείλουμε και μπορούμε να κάνουμε είναι να εντοπίσουμε την ασθένεια, το πρόβλημα και να χορηγήσουμε στον ασθενή, στην επιχείρηση δηλαδή, την καλύτερη δυνατή λύση, η οποία όμως, επαναλαμβάνω, πλέον μετά από τόσα χρόνια οικονομικής κρίσης είναι σχεδόν δοκιμασμένη. Δηλαδή, είμαστε κι εμείς πολύ πιο σοφοί, έχουν περάσει αρκετά χρόνια από το 2008-2009, γνωρίζουμε περίπου πάνω κάτω τι έχει ήδη συμβεί σε ανάλογες περιπτώσεις, γνωρίζουμε ενδεχομένως τι θα συμβεί και είναι και ξεκάθαρο βεβαίως πού οδηγείται το πράγμα βάσει των οικονομικών και πολιτικών συνθηκών. Δηλαδή, φαίνεται ότι σιγά σιγά η οικονομική κρίση θα περάσει, θα μπούμε σε μια νέα εποχή προσαρμογής της ελληνικής επιχειρηματικότητας στον νέο κόσμο, ο οποίος σιγά σιγά έρχεται και εδώ μέσω της παγκοσμιοποίησης, όπου οι επιχειρήσεις είναι υποχρεωμένες προκειμένου να επιβιώσουν, να προσαρμοστούν στα νέα δεδομένα. Εάν θέλετε κάποια ερώτηση, πολύ ευχαρίστως να απαντήσω. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ, Δημήτρη. Νομίζω ότι έδωνα σύντομο τρόπο, είδατε όλη την ομάδα και δεν είναι φυσικά αυτό, είναι και οι αφανείς ήρωες μέσα εδώ που δουλεύουν από τα social media, από την πληροφορική και τις υπόλοιπες μονάδες του Επιμελητηρίου, οι οποίοι δίνουν μια μάχη πλέον και έχουν διαταχθεί δυνάμεις προκειμένου να προσεγγίσουν με άλλο τρόπο τις επιχειρήσεις και ταυτόχρονα να παρέχουμε υπηρεσίες οι οποίες θα είναι σοβαρές και θα ανεβάζουν την εμπιστοσύνη, trust, των επιχειρήσεων προς το Επιμελητήριο, προς το early warning, γιατί αυτό είναι το μεγάλο ζήτημα και με αυτό θα κάνω τη γέφυρα με την Ελένη. Στην Πολωνία κάνετε την εκπαίδευση των μεντόρων και τους πιστοποιείτε μετά, τους δώσατε κάποια πιστοποιητικά μετά από μια διαδικασία. Μπορείς να μας περιγράψεις λίγο τι ακριβώς ακολουθείτε προκειμένου να εγκρίνετε κάποιον ως μέντορα στην Πολωνία?
It works. Yeah, so we start our, first of all, our recruitment process is done directly during our meetings. We send some invitation to people to whom we really know from the past, and we know that they are ready to share, and they have time, although the majority of them are very active, because our mentoring people are not people on retirement, they are still in the business. That's why they know how to run the business. We also present the early warning idea on the direct meetings when the people who are really motivated and like the idea came to us and they say, I want to be a mentor. And we say, we are very happy, but first of all, we want to invite you to a special workshop. We organize for the mentors the 4 days workshop. 4 days. 2 days, and after 1 month, another 2 days. What do we do during this workshop? First, it is the presentation of and understanding of the idea of early warning network, how it works, to understand it, to be really, to understand that this is the clear, pure mission work. So we don't need people, and we really know that it is not a good idea for people who expect to have some benefits from this. Of course, everybody has some benefits. Okay. Of course, everybody can have some benefits, but it is, we are talking about the psychological much more benefits. So this is the first condition, and the other conditions are like, we start to work, and we are starting to work first about the early warning idea, how it works, what is the ethical code of our project, how we can contract the cooperation with the mentees in the future, and when they will catch the idea, we start to give them some instruments, because we think that they get the knowledge about the tough tools like financial, you know, they running their own businesses, so they know how to do it. But as I told you, we want to prepare them to a new role, because they will meet the real person with troubles, with emotions, tough emotions, and not always very, very motivated. Sometimes it's a person who's stuck. And it's very difficult to move the situation, to give the new energy to this. So we teach them how to work with the lost, with the grief. It's like somebody is dying, you know, we feel unhappy about this. The company is dying too. So people feel the same. How to work with these tough emotions, because they pass as everything, they change. But we have to understand it as mentors that it is very, very gentle topic. How to give the smart support without get into the trap that we will be people who will help and want to help more than the real company owner. So we have to know our place to be partner, not to make them bigger work than the company owner. So it's also another approach. We are also very interested in the knowledge about the typology, because we know that each of you here has different types of psychological types. After Jung, we have four types of psychology, and we make the special test for our mentors to know who are they and what are their power and limitations in communication, which is making the process of matching easier and communication also much more effective. What else do? We are learning them the very important and for us and very easy tool. It is the grow approach. Grow, I will share with you with this methodology. It's the systematic approach to solving problem. And this is the subject of today's workshop. So, except this, we are doing a lot of nice teamworking activities, just to make people to like each other and to cooperate together. So it's nothing, you know, nothing complicated, nothing new, but the mystery of it is that we are really doing that. And after 4 days, we make something like the certification for mentors. It's not exam, but we think that if everybody pass this and feel really involved, and we see that he can bring a value to the project, we just allow this person to pass this. And the majority of our mentors passed this program and are certified, except 2 persons who didn't. Not too much, as you see. 2 mistakes, but I don't want to say that they are bad. They are just for another idea, ready not to do the other ideas, not this program. I don't know what the future will show. Now we helped 198 companies. So we are doing this job with 7 consultants. The consultants are managed by our Polish agency, entrepreneurship agency, which is the government agency, and they are also well prepared. They have the experience in economy, but also they are psychologists. And this psychological approach is very useful in the first contact. because people are really in a big stress and they need to be listened to. So this is our combination of our support net. 7 consultants, 70 mentors, working all over the country, so big distances. The first meeting is in company owner's place to see it, how it works, what is it, because it's sometimes more information gives than talking. And later on, all possible communication channels are possible. That's it.
Μπορείτε να κάνετε ερωτήσεις είτε αγγλικά είτε ελληνικά, ό,τι προτιμάτε, σχετικά με το πώς δουλεύουν στην Πολωνία, που είναι το πρώτο κομμάτι. Και παρακαλώ, όποιοι έχουν ερωτήσεις να τις κάνουν στη κυρία Τσοκά. Ναι. Ναι, πατάτε το κουμπί στο μικρόφωνο, όχι, πατάτε το κουμπί στο μικρόφωνο που έχετε μπροστά σας και μπορείτε να κάνετε την ερώτηση. Ναι, ναι ποιος είναι... Ναι, παρακαλώ. Κυρία Πανουργιά.
Thank you very much for being here with us today. It's really, we are very, very lucky to have you. I have already read a lot about you and your effort. And you have referred to the process of recruitment, and you said that you had some pool of well-known people to you, so you started from them.
Yes.
And then, as you continue to have, you know, this effort growing, what do? Do you do an open call, or do you still have this pool of, you know, people?
Now, yeah.
Because this is important, how you recruit people. Okay, you train them. I fully understood this process, but the recruitment process is always very important. So, how do you deal with this?
It was done like in the promotion in family business. I want to say that it was done unofficially, because the first group of 40 people were people whom we really know. And after, when they came to us and they were trained, they said, you know, I have one business owner who is a colleague. Maybe you can invite him for interview and check if he is good. And the majority of the, how to say, recommendation were very, very good. So it was like the human-to-human recommendation, but also now we are quite famous in Poland with this idea because of new media and because of the great job which our mentor done. Because our mentors are also making the publicity for the project, very active, because we give them a lot of instruments like, you know, special leaflets, materials for internet, to LinkedIn and many other things to promote the idea. And we share, for example, all of them have the movies. We make the movies with them and they put it all over the internet. And now we have the calls from free market. And we have, I talk with everybody, a kind of conversation, have what he can offer to the project, what he expects. And somehow with the intuition, we make the good choices till now. Yeah, so it's like this. Very simple. Yeah. Thank you for a question.
Παρακαλώ, άλλη ερώτηση.
No? Yeah?
I don't want to deprive anybody from asking questions. I have many questions, but maybe as we are going on and on in the workshop, I will ask.
Okay.
Okay. It is very, very interesting what you said, that you certify your mentors. So what if in the process you have mentors who face a difficulty in dealing with their mentees? I mean, do you give them an extra training? How do you deal with this? Because I can imagine with so many cases that you have, that you will have mentors facing problems. And I heard you saying that there is a mutual, let's say, respect, and some people give their, let's say, transfer their know-how to others. But how is this dealt by you, is being dealt by you? That is, do you have complaints from mentees, Or do you have the mentors coming to you and they ask you questions that, or they claim that they cannot solve, they cannot give advice, etc.? How do you deal with these kind of problems?
Okay, so it is like this, that all mentors are in contact with our organization, very close contact, and we call them quite frequently to check what's going on. We organize each 2 months the meetings, network meetings. During these meetings, they came with their cases, even the difficult cases. And we said we organized the supervision sessions. So they present their case and they said, I did this, but I don't know if I did it right. What do you recommend me? And we organized something like a learning discussion about the right approach to the situation. We choose the most difficult cases, but also the success cases to show that it works, especially on the beginning. And there, it's a good moment when we say that, hello guys, if you will be in problem, immediately call us, and we will organize immediately the support for you. So, from the very beginning, we have something like a contract with mentee, mentor-mentee. And there is normal that the mentor can say, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I have no idea. This is the right to ask the question and to say, but maybe I can ask my colleagues, or even it's possible to change the mentor because he touched his limits in this special case, and it's absolutely normal. So we have different approaches, depends on the situation. It's very, very flexible. We don't keep something like a routine scenario here, because each case is different, and sometimes we can make a mistake even with matching the mentor and mentee. And even the mentee can say, and this is in contract, that they don't feel a good connection with mentor and they want to have a change. It's also fair, because it is, it is the good connection, psychological also, which help to build the how to say, not only the communication, but the trust. It is the basic. Sometimes we are such different, we have such big differences between people that they can't communicate. So we are free to change without feeling sorry and pity, because it's normal. And we explain all of these things to our mentors, not to take it personally, because it's touchy that somebody is saying, I don't want to work with this mentor. But we learn them so long to keep it as a normal thing, that it is nothing wrong with them, that sometimes it's really difficult to find a solution. It's still more than nothing, than being alone in the problem. So we don't look at the mentor's support as the limit in one head. We look at this like a social intelligence of the whole group of mentorship. Yeah. I don't know if I answered the question.
There is another question. Ανοίξτε το μικρόφωνο, κάτω πατήστε το κουμπάκι.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask you also, because I had the same question in my mind, whether you consider diagnosis the most critical stage. Because, for instance, we visit a company and we as mentors, I suppose, have to do an analysis of the situation. But then we have to find out whether we need special support from the team for the diagnosis. For instance, there may be psychological issues, there may be organizational issues, financial issues anyway, because we're talking about small and medium businesses. So what do you do for the diagnosis? You do an analysis first, and then you come back to a team like this, and everybody sits down and they have a conclusion so as to have the most, let's say, appropriate identification of the main problem, the basic problem, and maybe other problems as well. What do you do in this case for the diagnosis?
First of all, the diagnosis, although it's done very precisely, after the we have 7 consultants who make the diagnosis, and each of them is working a little bit different. They have their own styles, and even sometimes they produce different documentation because of their experience. But finally, we have something as a final recommendation, and it is simple. It is just a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, some conclusions of the problem, so setting the problem, and some recommendation what should be done. And from the very beginning, it looks that it shows the direction of mentoring. So first question is, who will go to mentoring? Because not everybody is direct to the mentor. We have to support 870 companies, but only 300 will receive the mentoring support. At least. We have 70 mentors. We can't kill them with this work, so they do it for free. There are some who want more and more cases, so it is individual. But we receive, let's go back to the diagnosis. So we have to decide who will go to the mentoring. And first we have one condition, that it should be something who is motivated and ready for hard work. We don't have time to help the people who are not ready to do the extra effort. We will not, take your time like you to do the things for the people who are not ready for hard work. So this is the first condition. Then I'm receiving the call from the consultant, and they present me the diagnosis very shortly. I have such and such company, they are doing this and this, and they need somebody who will help them, for example, in management. I look in this wall, you saw these pictures I saw you. I have the picture of the person, of the mentor, and their skills. This is the wall of our mentors, and I know who is an expert in what, and I am saying to consultant, present to your mentee 3 persons who has these skills, and let him choose the person who looks the best for him. Then I check if these mentors are available this time, and they are ready for matching meeting. And what is important, that sometimes the diagnosis change. Yes, because our consultants, they have only, in average, 10 hours for each company. It's not a lot. And sometimes the company owners are not ready to share everything, because it is a process. So step by step, they are much more trust, they feel much more trust, and they are much more honest with us. Where is the problem? Because you have to remember that consultants are hired by the public government institution. So, although they feel that it is okay, but they have something like, from the old times, they don't always are ready to say everything. And of course, we don't support in this project, because we have the ethical approach, we don't support people who are cheating. But we know that all the information we have are very gentle. So that's why sometimes when the mentor is involved, he knows more about the situation, and the diagnosis change a little bit. And of course they adapt to this situation, because this diagnosis is the best, you know, to answer to the actual needs of the... So it's complicated, you know, it's complicated. I'm sorry that I don't have one answer to this. So diagnosis is the best for the... Generally, it's a direction for mentors. But after the real, you know, 1-2 meetings, they really know where is the problem hidden.
Θα ήθελα σε αυτό το σημείο να πω, επειδή έχουμε μπει μέσα σε τεχνική ανάλυση του πώς γίνεται η διαδικασία και εδώ και στην Πολωνία, να πω ότι στα 4 κράτη τα οποία γίνεται η εφαρμογή υπάρχουν διαφοροποιήσεις, οι οποίες μπορεί να βασίζονται πάνω στο θεσμικό πλαίσιο ή στο νομικό πλαίσιο του κάθε κράτους. Στην Πολωνία έχουμε την εξής διαφοροποίηση μεταξύ της Ελλάδας και της Πολωνίας. Ενώ και στα 2 κράτη υπάρχουν 2 εταίροι που κάνουν που υλοποιούν το πρόγραμμα, συγκεκριμένα στην Ελλάδα είναι το Επαγγελματικό Επιμελητήριο και η ΓΕΣΕΒ, και στην Πολωνία είναι το ΠΑΡΠ και το Foundation. Εν τούτης, εμείς έχουμε την εξής ιδιαιτερότητα. Έχουμε χωρίσει τον αριθμό που πρέπει να εξυπηρετήσει η χώρα στα 2 και εμείς το εξυπηρετούμε κάθετα, δηλαδή έχουμε πάρει από τις μισές επιχειρήσεις, τον μισό αριθμό η ΓΕΣΕΒ και τον άλλο μισό το Επιμελητήριο, και το υλοποιούμε όλο. Δηλαδή κάνουμε τη διάγνωση, το matching με το μέντορα, την παρακολούθηση, όλο τον κύκλο της επιχείρησης. Στην Πολωνία γίνεται οριζόντια, δηλαδή το MENPAP κάνει την πρώτη φάση τη διάγνωση και ο άλλος εταίρος κάνει για όλες τις επιχειρήσεις τη δεύτερη φάση. Ήθελα να το πω αυτό, διότι εκτός από το ότι είναι μια διαφοροποίηση, η οποία όμως στο τέλος θα δώσει όχι άλλα αποτελέσματα, θα δώσει, πώς να το πω, τη διάκριση που γίνεται σε κάθε χώρα. Έτσι, δεν είναι μόνο ποιοτική διάκριση μέσα στον κύκλο όλο της υποστήριξης επιχείρησης, είναι και σε τεχνικά επίπεδα και στη διαδικασία. Θα πούμε δηλαδή στο τέλος ότι η Πολωνία το έκανε έτσι και είχε αυτά τα αποτελέσματα, η Ελλάδα το έκανε έτσι και είχε αυτά τα αποτελέσματα, η Ισπανία το έκανε διαφορετικά. Σκεφτείτε ότι στην Ισπανία δεν υπάρχουν μέντορες όπως εσείς. Οι Ισπανοί, επειδή απλά δεν μπορούσαν να βρουν μέντορες, πήγαν στις μεγάλες πολυεθνικές εταιρείες, στην Heineken, στην Avis, KPMG κτλ. Και οι εταιρείες αυτές, στο πλαίσιο της κοινωνικής εταιρικής ευθύνης, έδωσαν στελέχη τους για να υποστηρίξουν τις mentoring. Θέλω να πω ότι είναι διαφορετική και οι διαδικασίες και όλος ο κύκλος όπως γίνεται. Αυτό ήθελα να σου το πω για να είναι κατανοητό, δηλαδή ότι παρουσιάζει η Ελένη ένα σύστημα, αλλά δεν μπορεί να λειτουργεί κατά αυτόν τον τρόπο στην Ελλάδα. Έχουμε διαφορετική διαδικασία εδώ, αλλά στην ουσία της ποιότητας όμως είμαστε, πώς να πω, ανταγωνιστικοί. Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Άλλη ερώτηση. Παρακαλώ, ναι.
Sorry, I don't want to monopolize this session, but I'm just curious about whether you have a methodology of assessing, evaluating the outcome of the mentor's work. And I don't refer to whether they will tell you at the end whether this business has to close down or has to continue in such a way, but in the process, while the process is ongoing, do you have any methodology to assess the outcome of this work?
The efficacy, yeah. First of all, our project, early warning project, we have one of the partner who is from Spain, who makes something like the audit of our quality of working of the system in each country. And we just passed this, as a first country, we passed this system in Poland when they assess, let's say, the helping machine as a system. So it is the first, we will receive the feedback, and we will receive it on Monday, so I don't know, but they said that it's quite good. Just to calm down us a little bit. So this is the first assessment of the system because, as Elias said, we are the pilot countries. 4 pilot countries. When we will be successful, the other countries of European community will do the same as a second wave. And maybe they will choose the best approach from one of the country or combination of it. Because we are doing something like a manual for the second wave countries. This is one answer. The other one is about the efficacy. We were thinking about making something like the final interview after 6 months of the mentoring, and not only mentoring but also the consultancy for these who will not pass this. And now we are ready to start to combine how to do it, but I think that we will do it internationally. I mean that we will find the solution which will be common, just to compare them, the systems, because it's very difficult, you know, that after, let's say, 1 month or 2 months, you will not see a big difference. They are not miracles. So you can see something like the lower stress level. Sometimes you met Attila, as I know. He says sometimes the entrepreneur can sleep better. Sometimes he can feel the hope. Sometimes he just know what to do. But the results sometimes are coming very, very long. So that's why we have to combine the good final interview and the way of asking the questions. We are just in front of this task, how to do it, not to be so cruel for ourselves. So we will think about it. Yeah, that's. But although here we have some success stories, and we made the movies with them. We spread the movies to other, to the internet just to show that it works, because sometimes it's very easy. I will give you one example. When we have the owner of the kindergarten, very nice, very well done, but he observed some lower and lower recruitment of the children. And we sent to him very, very young mentor, one of the youngest. And what happened? The girl, because in diagnosis we realized that this entrepreneur, the owner, he was mentally 20 years in communication with the parents, 20 years ago, in his mentality. So he was communicating with them as with the first, let's say, parents 20 years ago. And he was unhappy that he doesn't have a reaction. So the new mentor involved the team from this kindergarten for the internet communication, and they change immediately everything. So they communicate, they make the movies, because they did a great job. But all the communicates he put into the internet were like this: don't go to this other competitor, because they don't really make the natural food for the children. Very negative, and people doesn't like it. So we change it into the positive language, and the young teachers from this kindergarten start to do the communication, and the results were visible after 3 months. It's working now. So sometimes the success is easy. Yeah, that's it.
Eleni, one of the most important issues has to do with real data sharing. And confidence is something which has to be gained. Unfortunately, not only in Greece, I'm sure that all around Europe and in the world, there is, besides the legal economy, the white economy, there's also the black economy. And usually, small entrepreneurs cannot really figure out which are the revenues, which are the costs, because they cannot measure them. Because you have the legal status and the non-legal. Yeah. Which is the situation in Poland? How can you figure out the total of the company? How can you add both sides? Do they share with you information regarding the black part of the company?
Okay, I will start with the trust. Poland is the last country in Europe about the trusting each other. The last. So it's difficult for us. We trust only the family members and not always. I don't feel the Polish so much, so I trust my family and my friends still. So this is a big question, but anyway, I want to tell you that sometimes, especially for the self-employed people, it's very difficult. They are really not aware of their situation, and they don't know because they mix the money, their own money and the private money and the business money. Everything is in one in one pocket, in one big box, and they are even not aware if they are earning something or not. So when we will also take into the consideration all the debts, private and not private. So step by step they are sharing all the information, and our goal is that thanks to this information, if they will really take advantage from this program, they can let's say, they can see the way to go back to the right economy. So, they deserve to be helped, but we say this is a solution to make you able to do everything in the right way. But first, to know your situation, you have to look to the facts, and you have to know what's going on in your business. So, as much as he is ready to share all the information, he will receive as much help. But if it's a really hard situation when they are really breaking the law, it's difficult because we have the ethical code. So it is a discussion about the ethical.
That's why it's quite interesting that actually the first ones, that the consultants, are paid by the government, and I can imagine this creates an extra.
Yes, but we don't put this information to the system. We put not the majority of the information are only to make the diagnosis, but not to feed the system.
Okay.
Because in this way, it would be not possible. And this is in ethical codex. It is like going to the lawyer. He knows everything, but and the doctor too. Yes.
He's not allowed to disclose it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is. But of course, we are not for building the alternative economy. Yeah, because finally we want the people who will who will work for themselves and build the economy of the country, create the new jobs for the people. So this is the goal, and pay the taxes in the future. Any questions?
How are you feeling? Would you like to continue or to do a break?
I'm perfect. I'm feeling perfectly. Maybe you need a 5 minutes break just because we will start the workshop. And I think it's a great opportunity for you to talk to each other. Okay. Anyway, I brought gifts for you. And I will put to this. This is, the family tree, which we put to our telephones. If you want, if you feel a family tree company, Elias have the one. It can't be removed. So do you? Yes. So I will put this to the audience, and you can take one, put to your phone if you feel the family company. Hope that we will invite you to this idea because it's really working, and we are very proud of it. Okay, so
5 minutes
break.
Bye.